your name and occupation, please.
Huh?
Where's the witness?
I'm down here.
That voice.
Who is that? I thought Fluttershy was going to be the witness.
I think it's my friend's kid sister. What does she have to do with this?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Perhaps we should get some boxes for the witness to stand on. There, much better.
Howdy.
Oh, aren't you the most adorable little thing?
Now then, witness, state your name and occupation.
My name is Apple Bloom, and I'm a Cutie Mark Crusader!
Cutie Mark? What? I did my research in Equestria, but I never came across anything regarding Crusaders.
What the heck is a Cutie Mark Crusader, Twilight?
It's hard to explain.
We were informed by a resident of the Everfree forest this filly was walking home the night of the murder. Sure enough, she witnessed the first lightning bolt. The witness's occupation doesn't matter, though. What's important is what she...
What are you talking about? It does matter. As a Cutie Mark Crusader, it's my duty to crusade my talents everywhere so I can earn my Cutie Mark, even if 1/3 of the team is here.
I'm so confused. What on earth is a Cutie Mark? Is it the nickname of her boyfriend Mark or something?
A cutie mark is a symbol ponies earn when we find our special talent. For example, the stars on mine represent my expertise in magic and love for stargazing.
That's just... strange. Actually, I wonder what my cutie mark would be. Maybe a hand pointing an index finger filled with righteous justice. That would be amazing.
Listen, sweetie, your job is to testify just like Trixie told you to earlier.
Hey, what are you?
Huh? Me?
Stop ignoring the great and powerful Trixie!
Yeah, you. I've never seen anything like you before.
I'm a human.
A human, huh? Is that your job?
No, that's my species. I'm a lawyer if you're wondering what my job is.
A lawyer? What's a lawyer?
A lawyer argues points and theorizes to defend someone in trouble.
Your job is to argue?
Well, yes, I guess it's kind of like that.
I knew it! There's a Cutie Mark for arguing! Wait till I tell Scootaloo! We were going about it all wrong! We can be Cutie Mark Crusader lawyers!
The future of criminal justice is looking pretty bleak right now.
Witness, let's get back on topic. Testify as to what you saw last night.
No! I'm losing valuable crusading time because of you. This is boring.
What?
I don't have to listen to you. You're that snotty show-off Applejack told me about.
Snotty? Why, you...
You tell her, Apple Bloom.
I'm actually kind of enjoying this.
The defense will wipe that stupid grin off his ugly mug and the witness will cooperate.
Witness, can you please testify for us? Then you can do all the crusading you want. It won't take long at all. Besides, maybe you're a Cutie Mark Crusader witness testifier.
Your Honor, how much shame do you have left after saying something like that?
Hey, I think you're right, mister. That Cutie Mark is as good as mine.
All right, witness. Tell every pony what you told Trixie earlier.
Fine then. Cutie Mark Crusader witness testifier. I went to Sagara's place in the Everfree forest to help her brew some stuff. After we were all done, I walked home along the pathway. Just then, I heard a lightning bolt. It was 8:40, but it didn't scare me. Then I found my way out of the forest and went on home.
So there was indeed lightning from around the time of death. Mr. Wright, this isn't looking good for your client.
Please just let me cross-examine this witness, Your Honor.
She's a child, Phoenix. It might just be an overactive imagination.
I don't think so. I think she's being vague, if anything.
Vague? Meaning she's not telling us everything?
Precisely. I don't think this will be about finding a contradiction, more than about digging out those extra nuggets of information.
All right, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Before we begin the cross-examination, Trixie knows all about sneaky, underhanded defense attorney tricks. If you dare press this innocent and fragile child too hard, you will be punished.
What?
She's right. You better not hurt this sweet little one's feelings, Mr. Wright. I know these tactics all too well. You'll be forced to face the consequences if you do.
Children, the kryptonite of Phoenix Wright.
I went to Cigar's place in the Everfree forest to help her brew some stuff.
Zecora? Who's this?
She's a zebra, a friend of mine who lives in the forest.
There are talking zebras here as well? Oh, brother. And you were helping her brew potions. What kind of potions?
I don't really know. She just told me to gather some flowers and plants outside the house.
The zebra told us she was making herbal ointments and medicines. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I've heard it all. A zebra brewing potions is nothing out of the ordinary. So what did you do afterward, Applebloom?
Well, after we were all done, I walked home along the pathway.
You walked home all alone? I heard that forest was dangerous. Definitely not a place for someone your age.
Thank heaven she is all right. There are terrible creatures in that forest.
Truth is, I wasn't supposed to be in there that late. I got grounded when I got home.
Serves you right for breaking your curfew. I mean, you sure are a brave Cootie Mark Crusader!
Cutie Mark Crusader!
Mr. Wright, you are treading on very thin ice.
I'd better be careful what I say to her.
Try not to be too hard on her, Phoenix.
I'm kind of on a handicap here, not being able to squeeze information as I normally would from any other witness. But I've dealt with children in the past, and I can do it again.
So you have children? You don't really look like a father type.
No, I don't have kids. I meant I've dealt with children testifying. Me with children. That'll be the day.
If the defense is done with idle conversation, please continue your cross-examination. And remember, gently, Mr. Wright, or else you'll be hearing my gavel banging an unfortunate fate for you.
Yes, sir. The judge is staring at me like he has the intent to kill. Okay, Applebloom. Please continue.
Just then, I heard a lightning bolt. It was 8:40. But it didn't scare me.
How did you know the time?
Cigar's clock said 8:35 when I left, and I had been walking for about 5 minutes.
That lines up exactly with the time of death.
Why do you say it didn't scare you? No one asked you if it did.
Okay, maybe it scared me a little.
A little?
Yeah, just a little. No big deal.
I don't think you're being honest with me, Applebloom.
Objection! Mr. Wrong is badgering the witness. Who cares if the lightning scared her? Penalize him!
Objection! She isn't giving us all the details as to what she saw.
I'll allow the defense to pursue this matter, but I'm warning you, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Applebloom, you need to tell the truth. Even if it may not seem like it, this is really important. Someone's life depends on you telling the truth.
Someone's life?
Yes. If you don't tell the truth, you may be ruining an innocent pony's life.
I don't want an innocent pony's life to be ruined.
Then please tell us what really happened, Applebloom.
Fine. The lightning really scared me.
Then what did you do?
The noise scared me, and I ran off the path deeper into the forest.
You ran off the path?
Yeah, I kinda got lost in the forest. I was really scared.
The witness will amend this to her testimony.
Okay. After the lightning scared me, I ran off the path and got a little lost.
How long were you lost?
I was in there for a really long time.
How long exactly?
A really long time.
Okay, let's look at this a different way. What time was it when you got out?
Well, my house is 10 minutes away from the Everfree forest. So I guess I got out of the forest at exactly 9 o'clock.
Her family can confirm she got home at 9:10.
Interesting. So you were lost for 20 minutes. That's quite a long time.
It was really dark in there. I couldn't see anything.
I remember it being extremely dark in there as well.
I could find my way out of the forest while on the pathway because I could feel the dirt road on my hooves. But once I was on the grass, I couldn't tell left from right.
So you just wandered around blindly for 20 minutes?
Yeah, I thought I'd be lost in there forever.
Do not fear, little one. I'll defend you from all those horrible monsters in that dreadful forest with my gavel of truth.
The Judge versus the Everfree Forest. Sounds like the title of a pay-per-view event.
I was especially scared when I bumped into that thing.
What?
You bumped into something?
Objection! Witness, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. Why did you not say anything to me regarding this earlier?
Because I don't like you.
Ah!
Looks like Trixie's getting a dose of her own medicine.
Did Trixie just...
What? What about her?
She just... Never mind, it's nothing important.
If you say so, Twilight. I'd like to know more about this thing she bumped into.
As do I. Would you mind adding this to your testimony, dear?
Not a problem. All of a sudden, I bumped into something.
You bumped into something? What was it?
I don't have a clue. It was really dark. I couldn't see anything.
You have to know more about this.
But I really don't know what it was, Mr. Lawyer. Honest.
Objection! Leave her alone, you jerk. She doesn't know what it was.
This is important information. Just moments ago, you said she never told you about this.
I'm curious to know what she bumped into as well. Objection overruled!
If you enjoy hearing pointless information, be my guest. It was probably just a tree or a rock. I think the defense is just hopelessly grasping at straws.
Why does Twilight keep randomly looking over at Trixie like that? I should ask her later. For now, I have to focus on the matters at hand. Okay, Apple Bloom. Just like how I asked you to think a different way about how long you were lost, let's think about this a different way.
What do you mean?
What did it feel like? What did the thing you bumped into feel like?
Oh, that's right.
What is it, witness?
It felt alive. It wasn't a rock or a tree.
Alive?
It was alive? Please explain how you were able to deduce this.
I definitely felt fur when I bumped into it, and I could hear it breathing heavy, like it was really tired.
It was breathing? Could it have been a wild animal?
I'm not too sure. I know I heard it breathing heavily, though.
How did it react when you bumped into it?
When I bumped into it, it jumped a bit.
I would probably jump too if something bumped me in the dark.
As would I.
Trixie wouldn't. Trixie is brave and courageous.
Oh, shut up!
Almost right after, there was another bolt of lightning.
That must have been the second one.
But the thing is, it didn't scare me. Really, honest this time.
Why didn't it scare you this time?
I know this will sound strange. After it flashed, my eyes kind of hurt for a bit.
That's not strange. Anyone's eyes would hurt if there was a sudden burst of light in pitch-black darkness.
No, not that part, Mr. Lawyer. After that, I stumbled around for about a minute or two because I couldn't open my eyes. The flash of the lightning made my eyes sting, but when the hurting of my eyes went away, I was outside the forest, just like that.
What? But how?
There is only one way in and out of that forest, and that is the entrance on the pathway. The trees surrounding the forest outer perimeter act as a barricade. You can only leave or enter the Everfree forest from the entrance. Unless, of course, you're a Pegasus, then you could just fly out.
That is certainly strange.
How could you go from being lost to outside just like that, Apple Bloom?
I know it sounds weird, but it's true. I was outside the dark forest after the lightning hit. I went straight home afterwards, and I got home at 9:10 like I said before.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
I went straight home after I was outside the forest, because I was, scared.
Objection! The prosecution has some explaining to do.
What are you babbling about?
Apple Bloom claims she got out of the forest at exactly 9 o'clock, when she saw the second bolt of lightning.
Yes. So what?
I see you caught on. According to these cloud ballistics, you said the second lightning bolt struck at 10 to 9. So why did Apple Bloom see a lightning bolt 10 minutes after that?
Maybe...
Cool.
It couldn't have been the third one since that one struck down after 11.
Miss Trixie, This is a big oversight. Why is there a 10-minute gap as to when the child saw the lightning bolt?
I'm thinking, be quiet!
Oh, okay.
Alright, the great and powerful Trixie is done thinking.
And?
Trixie wants the defense to explain what this means.
Hey, you're just saying that because you don't know.
You're the one that brought up the inconsistency, therefore you should be the one to explain it.
Very well. There are two possibilities to this. Either what Applebloom saw wasn't lightning, or she's mistaken on the time. That is, if your cloud ballistics are accurate.
They are accurate, to the second. And this Philly's family can confirm she arrived at home at 9:10. So the prosecution is under the impression what little Applebloom saw was not lightning. That is Trixie's great and powerful theory!
What?
I can't believe you just fell for that.
But she stole
It could have been a giant Illuma bear the child bumped into, or something of that nature. Many animals in the Everfree forest have strange characteristics, including built-in lights. She probably just bumped into it and just happened to be near the exit of the forest and stumbled out in her daze. The great and powerful Trixie has explained this inconsistency in the witness's testimony.
You sure are very bright deducing something like that, Miss Trixie.
Naturally.
That was my deduction. There's still a problem, Your Honor.
What is that, Mr. Wright? Miss Trixie seems to have solved the mystery of the time inconsistency.
But another mystery comes from that.
Do tell, Mr. Wright.
The real second bolt of lightning. Why didn't Applebloom mention seeing or hearing that?
Ah, you bring a valid point, Mr. Wright. Witness?
Yes?
Did you not see any lightning other than the one at 8:40 that night?
I only saw that one at 8:40, and that one after I bumped into that thing.
This is most peculiar. Trixie, do you have an explanation for this?
Well, the defense will...
Objection! Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not gonna fall for that again. Besides, remember, it's your great and powerful theory after all.
What do you take me for, a fool?
Why, in fact, I do.
Low blow, Phoenix.
How dare you!
Mr. Wright, that was uncalled for.
Hey, she's been putting me down all day long.
Trixie will show you, you spiky-headed ingrate! Do you remember why this witness is testifying?
Yes, to confirm the time of the lightning bolt striking.
Exactly, which she did. Anything beyond that is trivial.
Though it is suspicious why this witness didn't testify to hearing or seeing the second lightning bolt, the fact still stands. The initial bolt was set off at 8:40.
Objection! But the second bolt...
Objection! You seem obsessed with that. Perhaps the reason the witness didn't hear it is that she was too far away. The clearing is 15 minutes away from the entrance. Maybe the sound didn't have enough volume to reach that far.
I agree with the prosecution. The witness did what she came here to do. Objection overruled!
No!
All right, this witness is free to go.
Aw, nothing.
The witness brought up some interesting information, but does the prosecution have anything more regarding the defendant?
Trixie has this weather schedule.
Weather schedule? Like the forecast for each day? How is that evidence?
It's what the weathermare is given to know what weather to make in which areas of Ponyville.
I forgot about that. I still can't believe ponies control the weather. This sounds like some sort of twist at the end of a Twilight Zone episode.
Lo and behold, Rainbow Trash was scheduled to make several lightning storms at the eastern end of Ponyville. This is where she got the cloud from.
The court accepts this as evidence.
It's really starting to look like Rainbow Dash did it. But I can't give up. What about motive? I was told murder almost never occurs in Equestria. What could drive my client to kill another?
Oh, that one is easy.
Please explain, Miss Trixie.
Both the victim and defendant were to participate in a monumental race called the Equestrian 500.
Damn it, she knows!
Phoenix, language.
Oh, sorry.
The victim, Mr. Ace Swift, has quite the record, completely undefeated in every athletic event he has ever competed in.
That is impressive.
Indeed. Now, Rainbow Trash was probably intimidated by this, and decided to get rid of him like a coward, making it easier to win. She is the top Pegasus athlete in Ponyville, after all. She has a reputation to uphold. She could then reap the spoils of the grand prize, flight lessons from her idols, the Wonderbolts.
You have no proof that's what she was thinking.
So, you have no proof that wasn't what she was thinking. Trixie doesn't need to establish a motive. How should Trixie know why she killed him? The point is, Rainbow Trash did it.
Let's hear your explanation on how the murder went down then.
Very well. Rainbow Dash went to the Everfree forest.
How could you be so sure she was there?
Weren't you listening to what Trixie said earlier? The cloud above the crime scene had her hoof markings. On top of that, some cyan-colored feathers were found around the clearing. 3 guesses as who they belong to, Mr. Wrong.
Rainbow Dash, what were you doing there? Okay, continue.
She saw Ace hanging around the forest for whatever reason.
Why would he be hanging around that forest anyway?
That is of no concern to Trixie.
That's ridiculous. He had to have had a reason to go in that dangerous forest.
If you think it's so important, why don't you give us an explanation?
I don't have one.
Thought so. Now let Trixie continue.
Do you think it's important why he was in there?
I know for a fact there must have been a good reason why he was in a place like that. I just don't know why yet. I wish I had more time to prepare.
I guess it's my fault for getting you on such short notice.
We're not gonna let that stop us, though.
Right.
All right, Trixie. Continue your explanation.
Rainbow Trash saw him at the clearing and an opportunity to permanently retire him from the race, gathered some storm clouds, and boom! Friday Swift.
Objection!
Don't point that ugly sausage of a finger at Trixie.
You say Rainbow Dash scoped out the victim in the Everfree forest that night and saw an opportunity to murder him.
Are you deaf? Of course Trixie did. Trixie is always right.
Blind.
What? Blind is not being able to see. Deaf is not being able to hear, you idiot.
No. Blind is how I felt in that forest last night. I couldn't see my hands in front of my face without a light source. Even Applebloom testified to how dark it was. How could Rainbow Dash see Ace Swift in that darkness and plot to murder him on impulse? Explain that, Trixie. That is, if Trixie's always right.
Got her, Phoenix.
I just have to keep the momentum on our side now.
Is the forest truly that dark at that hour of the night, Miss Trixie?
Well, yes.
Then the defense has pointed out a flaw in your theory.
Why, are you mocking me?
No, I'm just debunking your flawed theory.
Too bad Trixie has an explanation.
Care to share it with us?
Rainbow Trash probably saw him enter the forest while he was still visible. Yes, that's it.
That makes sense.
She then followed him to the clearing and performed the dastardly deed. It is dark in there, yes, but if you follow some pony from the entrance, it would be easy to track them using your other senses.
Objection! Sorry, Trixie, but that's impossible as well.
What do you mean?
You said Rainbow Dash was scheduled to cause a storm on the eastern end of Ponyville, where you say she got the storm cloud from. The Everfree Forest is in the west, according to this weather schedule you yourself submitted to this court.
No!
There's no way my client could have flown to the other end of town and back to get a cloud while still tracking Ace in that dark forest.
Mr. Wright is correct. It would take some time to travel back and forth between the eastern and western ends of town.
Thought you had Trixie there, didn't you?
What?
Premeditated.
You can't be seriously suggesting.
Yes, the defendant must have known he was going to be there, and unlike you, Mr. Wrong, Trixie has proof. The great and powerful Trixie would like to submit this evidence.
A missing cloud report?
Go on, read the rest, Your Honor.
Storm cloud missing at 4 p.m. from eastern end of Ponyville. Weathermare in charge? Rainbow Dash.
This can't be!
Take a guess where that missing cloud was found, Mr. Wrong. Right above the Everfree Forest clearing.
My word! So the defendant placed it there earlier? This makes all the defense's objections null and void.
The defendant knew Ace was going to be in that forest, so she placed the cloud in that clearing well in advance.
But how could she have known he would be there?
Trixie will say this again, Mr. Wrong. Who cares? The fact is she did it, and that is all that matters.
What if some other pony moved that cloud?
If that were the case, yes, you could argue another pony moved the cloud. But the only two ponies in that clearing that night were Ace Swift and Rainbow Trash. Unless, of course, you have proof there was another Mr. Wrong.
I don't right now.
Then it is to be assumed that Rainbow Trash moved that cloud there in foresight that Ace would be there.
I've heard enough. With all this evidence supplied, I can safely hand down my verdict.
No, Your Honor. There still might be something we're looking over.
The prosecution agrees.
Huh? She's agreeing with me? Why?
Trixie still has some more evidence. This!
What is that?
We found this in the victim's bag on the crime scene. A little burnt considering what happened, but the contents are still unharmed.
Huh? No! Please put that away!
The contents of this envelope are quite shocking. No pun intended.
I'm begging you, please don't open it!
Whatever's in that envelope really has Rainbow Dash spooked. What on earth is in there?
Fillies and gentle colts, Trixie will now reveal to the courtroom what secrets this mysterious envelope holds.
Please don't do it, Trixie!
I have a bad feeling about this. I hope whatever's in there doesn't hurt Rainbow Dash's case even more.